Good morning and welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today we're going to talk about that guy. You know, sometimes, we're all Magic players. Sometimes you just want to be that guy. Just about any time you see somebody sitting down with Elesh Norn as their general, they're that guy. It's a good mono white general, don't get me wrong, but he does cripple a bunch of decks. But the way I went with it was, I figured Elesh Norn, beyond the punishing aspect of wiping out all the elves or goblins or whatever, it bumps your team too, significantly. So, what I decided to do was go with the token theme. And with the token theme, there's, the deck kind of almost builds itself, but there's a little bit here that's a little different. So first we'll go through the token generators. We can't seriously talk about a token deck without Elspeth. +1, 3 tokens. This is where it's at. Card advantage, people. Spectral Procession. When I remember when this card came out, everybody thought, oh, the two-breed cards. By the way, two-breed is what they call this mechanic. The mechanic is, we had hybrid, being that you could pay 1 mana or the other mana. And then Shadowmoor gave us the two-breed. You could pay 2 of any color or 1 of that color. Just a little history lesson there. But when Spectral Procession came out, everybody was like, 3 dudes. 3 dudes. You know who I'm talking about. But it's a good card. Sacred Mesa makes 1/1 flying tokens. Flying tokens is pretty good. Now, back in the day, by the way, if you're playing green-white and you're thinking about running tokens, you need Sacred Mesa, you need Earthcraft. Plain and simple. Back in the day, they were in Type 2, and you used let's see, what was the card? Wild Growth? Yes. Wild Growth was in tournament decks. Used a Wild Growth, you put it on a Plains, and then you tapped that for the white and the green, of course. Made a 1/1 Pegasus token. It came out. You tapped the Pegasus token to activate Earthcraft, which untapped a land. Rinse and repeat. It was pretty sick. But we don't have green. We just got this. It does eat a Pegasi every turn. That's fine. You're going to, whatever, you're going to be making more than 1 a turn. That's the idea. And of course, if you get the big boy off, you're going to have plenty. Captain of the Watch also produces a lot of good tokens. You get 3 dudes. You make them bigger, better. Seems good. Militia Commander. Depending on how much money you spend, or mana. Same thing, right? Depending on how much mana you spend, you're going to get some dudes out of it. If not, he's going to be a big dude. There's no wrong answer here with Militia Commander. Mobilization. Mana equals dudes. And they have Vigilance. Seems good. Good fit for the deck so far. Increasing Devotion. Man, I love this card. You get 5, and then you get 10. So, here we are. It's just all about mass-producing tokens. Martial Coup. Wow, here we get tokens, and we get to wipe the board. Now, we're not playing with a whole bunch of legit creatures, so I've got a few board wipes. I grouped this one with the token makers, because more times than not, that's what you're going to want out of this. Kind of wiping the board is kind of a just sheer bonus. Storm Herd. Here again. Mono white token deck. Gotta have it. Nomad's Assembly. Pretty good. It gives you some core soldiers. Some. Yeah, that's like, okay, it doubles your dudes. And then it has Rebound. Wow. So you're going to get a core soldier for each dude you got, and then you're going to double up after the Rebound. White Sun Zenith. EDH may be one of the only formats that shuffling back into your deck is not as appealing as it should be. But you do get a bunch of cats. Secure the Waste. Secure the Waste. Oh, man, this is so good. Instant speed. Instant speed. Wow. Now, Entrapment Maneuver here. This is fairly new. This is one of those commander-only cards, so I'm going to have to read it off the card to you because I don't have it quite memorized yet. We've only had this stuff, 2 weeks now? Target player sacrifices an attacking creature. It's a 4-man instant. So far, so good. You get X11 dudes, where X is the sacrifice creature's toughness. So that's pretty good. A lot of times you're going to alpha swing. This does get around your crazy shrouded guys, Ural, stuff like that. Your one-man armies, Rafiqs, what have you. I use a chroma that way, Avacyn, whatever. Stuff that you can't target, you can just make them sack it and you get a bunch of dudes. Next portion is we're going to pump those dudes. It's mono white, Crusade. Yeah, it helps everybody. Don't care. It's a great card, 2 mana. Honor of the Pure, essentially the same card, doesn't help your opponent. Maybe a little better in this particular use. The Dictate of Heliod. I don't know why they think this is worth 5 mana. I guess it's not, and that's why it's a quarter. But anyway, it's a good card. We're going to play it. Krovax. Look, it's mini Elesh Norn. He's what, 1 mana less? He's good. It's the color shifted Ascendant Even card. That's fine. He's good. He works with the theme. And with both of these jokers out, you can inflict some serious damage that way. Hall of Triumph. This card don't get enough play. I swear to you, it doesn't. For decks that rely on creature damage, and if you're one color, I think you really need the Hall of Triumph. A pumper that flies. This always seems good. Hey, we got another pumper that flies, and this guy's got flash. So, of course, the Phantom General gives all your tokens +1/+1, which seems really good, which is just like the Intangible Virtue. And the Leyline of the Meek are all tokens, +1ers. Marshal's Anthem, in case the few creatures that you do have you care about getting back, and you've got the whole +1/+1 to your team. Spear of Heliod, +1 to your team. Now, Cathar's Crusade can get out of hand in a quick way. You guys that play it, you know what I'm talking about. Cathar's Crusade can get out of hand, especially if you drop the Storm Herd. Oh my gosh, get a calculator and do some math. But anyway, so all that pump up stuff, did you notice a lot of that was enchantments? So that's where I first went, was tokens, and then I went to ways to pump the tokens, and that led me down the enchantment path. So I figure, let's keep going with the enchantment path. Now, Angelic Core seems pretty good if you're getting some dudes, and yeah, maybe a lot of dudes, whatever. Seems good. Now, obviously Ghostly Prison we got to have because, well, we're playing white. So, Ghostly Prison seems good as a deterrent for other weenie horde players, because that's essentially what we are. Armored Ascension, here again, it's mono white. These seem like, what does Marl call them? The low-hanging fruit for the deck. You've got a mono white general, and you've got a way here to put that on her and then one-shot them. I mean, it gives +1/+1 for each planes, and it gives a flying. This is like the best version of Blanchwood Armor ever. I'll pay 1 more for the flying. But anyway, it is a low-hanging fruit. If you've got a mono white deck, there's no reason not to run it. I mean, and it's enchantment. It's kind of themish. We have Aura of Silence, because why not? I mean, artifacts are, especially right now with the Brea craze going on, and we're in Kaladesh, and I don't know. This seems really good. It's always been good. I've loved it since Weatherlight. It works. Now, the Spiritual Asylum, the drawback to Spiritual Asylum, I don't think is a problem in this deck. Well, first off, I haven't drawn it. I think I've played the deck 4 or 5 times, and I haven't drawn the Spiritual Asylum, so I haven't yet to experience it. But anyway, I normally don't have a lot of combat interactions going. There's only 1 or 2 creatures I care about attacking with until that turn. Until you can alpha swing the table, and then it goes away and you don't even care. Now, Ghostly Prison's good. But now this card, Sphere of Safety, man. It's a Ghostly Prison or propaganda effect, but they've got to pay 1 mana for each enchantment you control. Wow. So if you've got 3 or 4 enchantments, that's 3 or 4 mana per creature. It's so good. So good in the right place, and I think this is the right place. Now these next 2 cards, I do apologize. Here again, we're talking about that guy. Light of Day. Black creatures can't attack or block. It's an enchantment. It goes with the theme. It goes with the that guy theme. If you've got somebody playing black, good game. If that doesn't do it, this will. Now Karma. Karma's been in and out of this deck quite a bit. The reason why it's still in is because Urborg is a thing. A lot of people use it. It's a mana fixer. And yeah, so what? I'm going to have swamps. I don't care. Urborg. Karma. When you gotta end the game quickly and don't care who wins. Removal. Now, I classified removal. We're talking board wipes and spot removal. Of course, you can't have, you got to have the good spot removal for that. I got to have them gone now, guys. And then, of course, the mass calcify. We are playing mono white, so it seems like a good idea to destroy all non-white things. Got to have our Day of Judgment and Fumigate. Fumigate, in the right circumstance, could net you a little bit of life now. Dust to Dust. Exiling 2 artifacts for 3 mana. Man, that's good stuff right there. Of course, the Phyrexian Rebirth. You're probably going to end up with a really good-sized dude. Oblation. Oblation I have used offensively and defensively, because there's been times when they have pulled a combat trick out and going to kill my dude or whatever, and I shuffle it back in and I draw the 2 cards to save my dude. That's very rare. It's very rare that happens, but most of the time it's a Mike Wazowski moment. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. Then we got Disenchant. Good, reliable, dependable Disenchant. They're going to make 50 different versions of this card, or they have, and they will continue to, because this is a core effect, and I love it. It's good. We got us some staples, the boots and the journal, because the journal's it'll gain us a little bit of life. We're not crazy drawing cards, but in a lot of games, your opponents do that for you. Now we got our mana rocks. Of course, nothing's more delicious than turn 1 Soul Ring Medallion. I've been doing this forever. These were in standard type 2 at one point in time. Of course, the Power Stone, the Diamond, the Ring, and the Felwar Stone. I really like the art for the original Felwar Stone because it's just so, old school looking. And let's face it, it's Quentin Hoover, okay? Love the artist. I love the art. Except for Rebecca. Never mind. Now I'm playing with Scout's Warning. Scout's Warning is... Here, we'll get it up close so y'all can see it. It allows you... It says the next creature spell you play has flash. And then you get to draw cards. So it doesn't actually cost you a card. That's pretty good. So you can, in response to them doing anything, in response, Scout's Warning, Elesh Norn. We good? Cool. I don't know. I've used Scout's Warning hit and miss since we got it. It's a color shifted card. Thank you, Future Sight, for giving us, a whole bunch of stuff that we'll never see again. They wrote a bunch of checks they'd never have to cash. Anyway. Brave the Elements. All our dudes are white. This seems like a clean fit. Restoration Angel. Not bad. Especially with those guys that make tokens when they enter. And I think we may have 1 or 2 angels that she can't get, whatever. That guy, because, my turn should be my turn. Now, we're getting a bunch of dudes. Now, I didn't go crazy with the whole Soul Sister thing, but I put 1 in because I figure, why not? Seems good. Got a lot of little dudes coming in. Might gain me some life. Sarah Avatar's pretty good with gaining some life. Of course, got to have the Mesa Enchantress because we've already established we've got a bunch of enchantments, so that seems pretty good. And just in case she dies, we got our Sun Titan guy to bring her back. And, you know, got to have Mom. Not sure how I feel about this new art. I really like the old art because, you know, the old art. Anyway. We have Gold Knight Commander. It's really good for that alpha swing we were talking about. Because when your dudes come in, when another creature enters the battlefield under your control creatures, you get +1/+1 to end of turn. So 5 guys coming in. Yeah, good game. Mirror Entity. I'm playing this because I'm able to produce a white mana. I have creatures. All the boxes are checked here. Late game, this is a sorcery that says my creatures become awesome. You know, I mean, it's going to cost 3. You're going to activate it for a bajillion, and all your guys are going to turn into Batman. So, it's just crazy. He's good. Love him. Now, y'all know I like to play with little gimmicky cards, and sometimes I like to play with cards that nobody else plays with. Hold the line. That's right. Kamigawa. The plane we'll never go back to. Anyway, Hold the Line. It's a 3-mana instant. Gives your entire team, blocking team, it's got to be blocking. They're not going to do anything this cheap for attacking. We're never going to see 3 mana, your team gets +7 at instant speed. It's not happening. But blocking, you can surprise block. Now, I thought about running to Maseko or whatever that chick that says my blockers can, or my tapped guys can block. She's got flash too. That would have been the 1-2 punch, but that would have been way too many cards from Kamigawa for my liking. Non-basic lands, of course. We're going to play with your little cycling lands, obviously. And the Encroaching Waste, it's pretty much all I'm running for the land hate. Because it's Homeward Path doesn't really bother us. Maze of the Earth doesn't really bother us because we're attacking with so many tokens. I do have some man lands. And Mistville Plains. Now, obviously, we're playing mono white. I realize we don't have a lot of dudes, but with this many plains, got to have a mirror. I mean, you really do. It just, if nothing else, it functions exactly like a plane, except it doesn't count for Armored Ascension, but still. It's good replacement land in a solid color deck. And then, of course, we have Nykthos. Here again, solid color deck. I don't care what color it is, it needs to be running Nykthos. This is as close to we're going to get to another Tolarian Academy or Gaia's Cradle. I guess, in retrospect, now that I'll probably need to go back and add in Serra's Sanctum. Seems pretty good. Probably do that. But that's what I've got for Elesh Norn, and because sometimes we feel like being that guy at the table, we just like to wipe the boards and win with cards that aren't cards. It seems fun, because when somebody wipes the board of them, it's not like you've really lost anything. You just lost an activation of 1 card, you know. So, that's me, and that's Elesh Norn, and we're going to get off here today. Y'all have a good day, and we appreciate you watching. Tell me what you're looking for in the comments. I'll just keep on. I've got a wall full of decks up here. I'm just going to keep going. Thank you very much.